What is up, guys? It's Midwest Raider coming at you with another video for my channel. So today I have a inline channel mixer, a live mixer 4-channel from STARAUDIO. So I did just do a line mixer review on a different model. Not this particular one, but a smaller, very cheap, inexpensive one, but that actually did its job and did everything it said it was going to do. So I was very impressed with it. I'll leave the link in the description below for that review. But this one is just more of your traditional 4-channel line mixer. So I wanted to go ahead and give you a review of it. It's $50. Didn't see any other videos on it, so I just wanted to throw it in really quick and get you guys a quick review on it and show you what it can do. It is more of your traditional line mixer, so I think I need to bring it to you just because it ended up working pretty decently for me. So I just want to thank everybody really quick for liking, subscribing, sharing, guys. You know, shout outs, everything are fantastic. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. We've hit 500 and we're still climbing, so I'm super excited to bring you content, guys. That's the whole point, is to bring the DJ community content, bring you guys reviews. I do a little bit of valued equipment where you guys can find cheap equipment that works, that you can use, that you can get started with, and it's going to be a good price, but yet it's going to work for you guys, and that's the most important thing. So the whole reason I do videos is to help you guys the best I can, because I just wish when I started I would have had more videos to watch to be able to help me get started, and that's the whole reason I make videos, is just to help guys. So thank you so much. Let's get back into this. So STARAUDIO is the company that I bought this from. I got it on eBay, of course. It is a Chinese company here. STARAUDIO is the SPXM 400 2B, and it does say it is a 4-channel live mixer with built-in effects, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Pretty standard USB. It does have a USB reader in it, but it's pretty much of your standard type. And when I talk about that, it doesn't have Bluetooth and some of the other fancy things that line mixers nowadays have. But like I said, this is just built a little bit more with a little bit more your standard line mixer. So it's got that metal body. It's got all your gains and volume knobs, a lot of accessibility up there for inputs. So a little bit more of your standard mixer. In that $50, I thought it was a great value if you guys are looking for a line mixer and it's a little bit more standard, not a plastic body and that kind of thing. So we'll get into it just a second. I just want to show you what's going to be in the box. Basically your line mixer, the box, a couple page manual. It's not bad. It actually has a lot more information than you will see from most companies, but the biggest drawback in my opinion on this mixer is the power supply. It is ginormous. This is really heavy, actually. Has the weird power input 3-prong, and I've only seen this on a couple of monitor speakers, but you know, it does have your standard outlet, but this is very bulky and big. But other than that, if you can deal with that, I really don't have a lot of negatives on this. We'll get into it. So let's go ahead and look at it and see what it has. Okay, guys, so it does have your standard well, I guess it's not standard, but it does have 2 microphone inputs, which is great. I do like the ones that have 2 microphone, and it has all your plugins that you need. You have XLR, you have quarter jacks if you need quarter jacks, you have an insert quarter jack, you have gain, you have your pan, so you can go left and right channel, which is awesome. It has high, mid, low. It has an aux gain, and it also has an effects gain. So, and those are on all channels. So that is awesome, guys. I love it when you have full functionality. Sometimes you'll get one mic that has full functionality with all the gains, highs, mids, and lows, and then the next channel only maybe have a couple, and that doesn't make sense to me. If you buy a line mixer, the reason you get a line mixer is for all the functionality for it. You want all the highs, mids, lows, gains, volume knobs, gain knobs, the panning, you know, having all that is very cool, and that's the reason you kind of get a line mixer, so you have all that functionality and ability to do all those things. So I did like that it has all that, and that's why I kind of picked this up at $50, because it does have all that functionality. So then we'll go, so you're going to have the same thing on both mic channels. You're going to have your gain, pan, highs, mids, lows, and augs, and then your effects as well. And then you also have your slider volumes as well, which is awesome. Same thing with your main channel. Your third channel will take RCAs or quarter jacks. You have main outs that are RCAs, and you have quarter jacks as well, but they're off to the side. So you have main RCAs, and then your quarter jacks are off to the side a little bit, but they're still outputs. And then you have an effect, quarter jack, and an aux send, and also you have headphone monitoring as well, which is very, very cool. So you're also going to have full LEDs for monitoring your sound level and clipping. You also have right here is for phantom power for your condenser mics, so you're going to have 48 volts there. I don't know if it's a full 48 volts, but it will be there. You also have delay and repeat, kind of the same effect. So when it says it has effects, you're kind of dabbling in the same thing, but you're going to notice a little bit of different adjustability on it. But so that's where they kind of get you there a little bit, but it's an echo effect, delay, and like a repeat. Now you're also going to have a purple gain knob or volume knob for your headphones, so you can monitor, like I said, and then your aux send here, your main ones on your main channel as well, with a main volume as well. So you're going to have a lot of volume capability with all your channels, all your microphones. Very, very cool. Now on the very edge here, you have your USB reader, which actually works pretty good. I was pretty surprised, but there's no LCD screen to actually see what you're playing, so you just kind of have to put your music in, let it load, and let it play, because you can't really see what playing. You can, you do have a play, pause, and then can forward and minus, through your tracks, but you're not going to really be able to see anything. There's no screen. On your back, you basically have your power, but you do have a on and off switch, so you can turn it on and off. And like I said, your power plug in there. Like I said, all metal construction, little rubber feet on the bottom. So not a little bad line mixer. So I'm going to just plug it all in, show you that it works, kind of show you that you don't have to bury volumes or anything. On the other mix that I just did, you really on the microphones had to bury your volumes to get the best sound that you're going to get out of it. So you really were pushing it. This one you don't have to push as much, so it's very, very that's very good in my opinion. So let's get it hooked up. I'll get it all hooked up and jump back to you in just a second. So I basically hooked everything up. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at everything, checking it out, make sure everything works, and that way you guys know. So first we'll talk about the headphones, guys. It does have a headphone volume, but it has to work with conjunction with the main volume. So you have to have your main volume up, and then you get some volume from the headphones. You can get a lot of volume if you have your main volume all the way up, but like I said, those two work together. So if you don't hear anything out of your headphones and you're messing with the headphone gain, then you have to turn your main volume up as well. So positive, negative, it's not a true dedicated volume for the headphones, yes, but if you have your main volume up a little bit, you're still going to be able to monitor what you're listening to and have the other volumes down on everything else, so you can still get things done. The next thing I want to talk about is how I have everything hooked up. Of course, I'm using RCAs, which I think is the easiest and fastest. So I have an RCA out to my source from the RCAs to a speaker. I have an input coming in from my iPad through RCAs into the RCA in, and then of course I have a quarter jack mic hooked up as well. Let's go ahead and show you the mic. The mic definitely works. We're going to go ahead and get a little volume, and notice I have a little effect on that. Get a little echo. So show you that the effects works as well, but I can definitely get some volume out of here. It sounds pretty good. They're not buried. I don't have anything hooked up really crazy, but it works. So I do like that, and it also has enough volume to make it efficient, and it works without having to bury the volumes. So that works. And then let's talk about finally a little shout out to my non-copyrighted music from Not Too Crazy from Otis. Otis McDonald, his little track right here. So Not For Nothing from Otis, that was my non-copyrighted music there, so I can play that for you guys. And you notice I put, I turned up the lows, turned up the mids, turned up the highs, turned them back down. Everything works. Can definitely tell difference. So everything works there. And I put a little effect on it as well, so you can add effects to whatever you're playing. Very cool there. Last thing, not least, I have the, sorry, this fell down. I have the USB driver. Now, I wouldn't use anything more than 16, 32. Just put a playlist on there of music, and then you can just let it play, because there's no LCD screen on there, so you're not going to be able to see what you're playing. But it will play anything. It will play a giant 128 gig if you wanted, and it will play a little 32 gig. The last one I reviewed would only play like probably 32 gig and lower. So, but I'll just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and use this giant 128 gig. It's going to put in. It's going to load up. It's going to start flashing to show that it's trying to read it. So you can see it flashing there. And then once it stops, it'll be ready to play. So that's a pretty big 128 gig stick, but it already stopped. I'm going to go ahead and press play. Get some volume. All right, guys, so you can see that I have that working, so you can put any kind of thumb drive in there that you want, and I can also put some effect on it as well. So you see that works as well. So everything works. Bottom line, guys, this is a great, this is a very solid mixer for $50, guys. I won't say it's great, because probably the sound quality could be a little bit better, but for a $50 mixer, I'm not complaining. It is a very solid piece of equipment from STARAUDIO, guys. So this is a STARAUDIO. We'll get that in there real quick. STARAUDIO SPM MX 402B, guys, and I picked this up on eBay for around $50, and I think you guys would benefit from having a line mixer, and this is a pretty good one if you're looking for all the volumes, mids, highs, panning from left to right channel, all that kind of stuff. You have that availability on this mixer, and it's gonna work pretty solid for you. Not the best out there, but definitely solid, will work, get you through some time, good construction on it. So very, very solid performer, guys. I'm actually impressed with it being under $50. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, it's the STARAUDIO SPMX 402B. Picked it up on eBay. We'll leave links in the description below. Thank you guys, and Midwest Raider, we'll talk to you guys later.